You want to look at some knives? I got a few. Let's look at them, me and you. Let the puppies in. We finally got some sun. It's been raining quite a bit here. It's been really wet, nonstop rain, little ice, little bit of snow. Still a little chilly out. There's frost on the grass, so I'm bundled up a little bit. But I got fires going. I got my pellet stove behind me, and I got my wood stove going. Because today, when I make my wood bases for my custom lighting I do, I coat them. I coat them with a urethane. It needs it to be warm enough to cure up and create the bond and the coating it's supposed to do on the wood. So it's still a little chilly out. But we're going to talk traditional knives today, folks. I have always appreciated traditional knives. I've always kind of liked them, but kind of haven't. I'm weird about traditional knives. The traditional knives I like, they gotta be tough. They've gotta be thick, heavy duty. I like there to be blade character. I like there to be a little bit of stiffness, but not too stiff. A little bit of stiffness on the open and the close, the walk and the talk, whatever it may be. Today's traditional knives, I believe, knife makers and designers have gone that instrumental step to bringing back the traditional knife a little bit. Everybody thinks that modern knives have completely phased out traditional knives. That's incorrect. But today we're going to talk about, we got C. Reisner. I think it's Reisner. Right there. Traditional knife. Traditional pocket knives. Now this is the Ohio River Jack. Ohio River Jack. Established 1974 by C. Reisner's grandpa. And I like that so much. I believe in family. I don't have much family. The family that I do have, I don't really get along with. And I'm okay with that. Because I make a lot of my friends my family. And they become better members and better people in my life than my family sometimes. Whatever. But you know what? I have my family history that I can recall that was great. That was grand. I do have incredibly fond memories of my grandfathers. Specifically, my mother's father. I had him in my life a lot longer, twice as long probably in my life, and he passed away at the age when I was 14. So I was able to be around him and get to know him a little bit better. And that allowed me to see that he was a West Virginia sportsman. Born and bred in West Virginia. And he was a knife guy. He was a gun guy. He was a hunter. He was a fisherman. He did a lot of incredible things in that sense of the word. He was a very accomplished hunter and fisherman. He took it serious. So inadvertently, that created a love and a passion for me for knives and guns. I'm not half the man that he was in the knowledge of that stuff. So forgive me, because I think sometimes it's more fun to be a dumbass about it and stagger into these knives without much knowledge and then show you a true, genuine amazement of that knife or fondness of that knife or disgust in that knife or gun or whatever it may be I'm reviewing. So that's what I'm giving you. I'm giving you the real me. I'm giving you the real thing. Like when I look at this knife right here by C. Reisner, the Ohio River Jack, which is great because I'm from Northwest Virginia and my western border for my county and my town was the Ohio River. I grew up on the Ohio River basically. I swam across the Ohio River twice. And if you know the Ohio River, it's very wide. It's probably about a half a mile wide. And I was just a kid and I swam up current. Yeah, I was that kind of kid. Now, this knife comes in one of those. It had the outside box, then it has the box with the sleeve like this thing with a little cloth pull thing. So we're talking fancy, folks. And I don't know what this knife costs. I might put it up here, or it might have to be a mystery. I'm not sure, because this isn't my knife. This is Tim Schoolfish's knife, because he knows a lot about these knives and he really appreciates them, and his appreciation came back, which is really cool. Enough about that. Now, this sucker is cool looking. Look at that bad boy. I dig it. The Ohio River Jack. It's got McCarter right here. You know, it's got the cap. It's got the bolster. It's got all that stuff, right? The hardware, you can feel it a little bit. But they are, I believe, T6 screws. They're not pins. So you can take these scales off, maybe put new ones on, put something else on, whatever you want. Now the cap and the bolster, it looks like aluminum. It's brushed, whatever it is. It's brushed or it is bead blast. It's got the pivot right here. Now, the back, let's look at the back spine. Yeah. Okay, so this is the thing with this knife. I've had it out and I've opened it. It is a tough pull. So, really nice flat grind on this Wharncliffe blade, which I love. You know I love me some Wharncliffes. Now, this is probably about a 6 on Timmy's pull. That's a 10 on mine. If that's a sign of being well made, it's well made. It's greatly made. But I can tell the centering on the blades. So it's got 2 side-by-side blades. And then it's got the drop point. See, that's a tough pull. It's crazy. See, I'm kind of a guy where, like, I like it to be kind of stiff. I do. But not so stiff that I can't hardly get it open. So, like, if you're in a precarious situation and you need your pocket knife to open, that drop point is really difficult. And it's hard on your nail and everything. So, I get it. It's a man's knife. It needs to be tough. But, alright, so on the box, C. Risner talks about family. He talks about his grandpa. His grandpa started the company. So I've got hunting knives and fishing knives. I got a couple fillet knives hanging on the back wall behind me that were my grandpa's. I've got fishing gear over here that was my grandpa's. I've got stuff that was my grandpa's. I've got a hatchet. Look, my grandpa's name. Did you see the dust come out of there? There's nothing special about this hatchet. I think it's Ace Hardware. Yeah. But this hatchet is 40 some years old. The original Ace Hardware, or whatever hardware it was, they had the hardware sticker on it somewhere. It's gone now. I don't know. I grinded. Oh, it's a Stanley, but that's not the where I used to know where it was, what store it was bought out of. Bridgeport, West Virginia. Memorabilia. You know, these are memories. These are all you have of people. My grandpa's been gone since 1984. 84. Some of you watching this weren't even born yet. He's been gone. The only memories I have of my grandpa left slowly leave your brain, and they go into these materials that you have left. Pictures, knives, guns. I've got a couple of his guns. I've got a couple of his knives. I've got this. I've got tools that were his. Sometimes it's all you have. So hold on to those. Treat those like they're gold. Treat them like they're gold. And don't let anybody take them away from you. Don't let it happen. Don't let them go away. Because when they're gone, they're gone. There's not a history book about Tom Hawkins that people can read about. There's not a CD or a DVD that they can put in. He wasn't on YouTube. So he's gone. And all that's left is what I have of them. Of that part of my life, my family. Don't let anybody take that away from you. I don't care who they are. Stand firm. Stand on your principles. That's your memorabilia. It's not somebody else's memorabilia to mess with, to toy with, to play with. Hold on to it. Hold on to it strong. It's very important. So I believe in family and the importance of family, but I also believe, hey, sometimes you got to walk away from family too. Sometimes. I don't recommend it. But sometimes you don't have a choice. You just got to go about your way. My way is the way of the knife. It's the way of life. I have my family of friends. I have my family. It's smaller. But just because you're short on family doesn't mean you're short on all the other great things that are out there in life. Trust me. It's very important that you keep in mind that you don't want to dwell on lost relationships too much. If there's still a hint that they can be recovered or that they can be patched, fine, that's great. But don't let that define you. Don't let that beat you down. Don't let that drag you into a dark hole. Don't let it. Right here, the Ohio River Jack, Risner, C. Risner. I think Risner. Sparked all that for me to talk about with you. Let you know we're all humans. We all have our own crap to deal with. Don't dwell on the bad crap. Dwell on the good crap. I don't know. Who the hell am I? Just some goofy hillbilly redneck from Indiana who makes custom lighting and loves knives and loves to talk to other people about knives and other cool things. So get yourself some of these right here. See, I don't know everything about stuff. See, I just know that these are big, solid, strong, chunky, hardcore blades. And I really like it. I do.